Hello, everyone. Uh, this is the first time we are doing the physical podcast. And today I have a guest who is my colleague and also my friend from Finland, the happiest country in the world.
Indeed.
And he likes hunting. He likes to talk about Finnish culture, sauna. He likes to talk about other podcasts, controversies. There's a lot of things that we do off air, but let's see what happens when we record it. But welcome to the podcast,
Thank you.
Tommy.
Thank you.
You are the second Finnish person in this podcast,
I heard, yeah.
and Sammy Laya was the first one.
Yeah.
Tommy, like the word Sammy, Tommy, these are like very common words in Finland. But what I want to ask you is, what is a typical Finnish childhood like
A typical childhood.
in Finland?
Wow. I guess it depends a lot on the region, as it
Okay.
does. There's a lot of poverty during the 90s to the depression, and yeah.
So when you grew up, you saw a lot of poverty. I mean, define
well,
poverty. In my eyes,
Yeah, okay, sure.
poverty could be defined
Well,
in different ways.
I didn't see poverty as a child in that way, because I don't think kids understand poverty in a way.
Mhm.
But like afterwards, when I've talked with people, a lot of people lost their jobs due to the depression in the 90s.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
but as I can see it in a different way with my own kids, who have no idea of what it means, and they're like trying to teach them these values of understanding the value of money and so on, that you need to work for that. I wasn't like a needy kid when I just broke all my clothes when playing around. My parents were furious about that. But other than that, like, I can't see that I would have seen the difference.
Yeah, like poverty to me would be you don't have food to eat. You are like
Yeah.
living on a day-to-day wage. You have the society is crumbling. People are on the streets. That is kind of a definition of poverty.
Yeah, okay, Finland did not have poverty. No,
No.
not that I know.
Okay.
Surely there are cases, but not in the volume that you probably see or
Okay.
have seen.
Okay. But
Yeah.
then growing up, a typical childhood would look like just playing in the forest and
Yeah, for
um,
me. Yeah.
what about hunting? When did that passion start? Or is it that you get introduced to hunting by your elders, or is it a tradition? How does it start in Finland?
Yeah, so I would say generally that's the case, that the most often the fathers do hunting, uh, and then they take their kids with them, and then they learn kind of like where the food comes from early age. But that was not in my case. I had no interest in hunting except playing with sticks and shooting play guns, in the forest, like I guess all the kids that time did. But I was introduced like when I was probably like 25 to hunting. My So I was very close to nature from like really young. I was always in the backpack with my mother when they're picking mushrooms and everything, and I've learned the ways of the woods, but not in the way of hunting. So I like knowing the mushrooms, the wild, uh, what do you call it? Uh, like different plants that you can eat and what you can't eat, and how can you produce different things from the forest, how to make a fire, and all that stuff was very part of my um childhood. But on a later age, um I was picked up once to do a coastal bird hunting. So out in the seas, you go to these islands and then you hunt birds. That was my first touch to hunting. I think I was maybe like 12ish.
You said in your early age, you figured out the ways in the wood.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, right? Like
Mhm.
trying to figure out what to eat and what not to eat when you are out there in the wild
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah.
Is it your mother that taught you, or how do you translate that skills, or how do you transfer that skills
To my kids.
yeah, to your kids or to someone? Like let's say I am invited for hunting. How do you tell?
You are invited.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
This is self-invitation.
Yeah,
No, but
I've told, yeah. So I've taken my kids also to the forest, like quite often. So
mm,
they're accustomed to all the mushrooms. Now we have this thing like every year
mm.
we learn a new mushroom. Either it's poisonous or something that you can eat.
What makes it poisonous?
What make a mushroom poison?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like you can't. I guess like there are some things that you can identify poisonous mushrooms, but it's more that you kind of know. You have like mushroom books or like use the internet. There's different solutions nowadays, but in the past it was just like having a book with you and like trying to find the mushroom. But
No,
you
man.
taste it, you always like even if you have like a red cap, I think it's called red cap in English. So if you take a piece of that and you put it in your tongue,
Mm,
and then you spit it out, so you just like have it a bit in your mouth, you can feel that it's not good. You can get this numbness to your tongue,
mm,
or then it's like really bitter,
mm,
or these things.
Like you get hallucinated or something like that.
No, no, not immediate, but like
Okay.
if you just like have it on your taste or like your tongue, you can. I don't know if it's an instinct, but you know like quite easily if it's poison. But then there are ones that are you don't get anything and you just die
Mm.
if you eat those.
Wow. But how? What makes it poisonous? Like maybe we can read about it later. It's about, is it the soil? Is it the acidity of the soil that makes it, or is it just the genes of that specific mushroom that makes it?
I don't know that much details on like what makes it
So it's just
poisonous.
you were taught from your mother or from your elders
Yeah.
that look this color, don't eat it. Look that color, don't eat it. This is
Mm,
good. This is bad.
it was more that like this is this mushroom and
Mm,
this is what we pick. And if I find something, I ask what is this, and then if she knows, then she tells me what it is, or then we just look through the books that what the mushroom is.
mm.
But then there are also like mushrooms that are poisonous, but then with boiling multiple times and throwing the water away, it comes edible. So you extract the poison away.
You need to be ballsy to.
But they're good. They're like some of them are like I don't know what's in English, but it's called korvasieni, which it
Say
sounds
that
like
again.
it's an
Say that
ear.
again. You have just mumbled it in your mouth.
It's a korvasieni ear mushroom.
Oh, okay.
It's this Ripley mushroom that
Okay.
like comes in early June,
Okay.
and those are really tasty. But
Okay.
you
Poisonous.
have to boil them of many
Wow.
times.
So yeah, mushrooms are quite intelligent. And but what is that thing? We are deviating from the topic. What is that thing in Finland that you are very proud of? That you say, these are the things that I'll wear it on my chest and I'll roam around
Wow.
the world saying these are specific to Finland, Finnish qualities.
Well, Finnish people in general, they are not like they don't brag about themselves. They always find that like yeah, we're not that good in that things, and they always find the negative parts or the areas that to improve. So and then I think me personally, I'm like in the bad end of that.
Mm,
I'm really struggling like seeing like the positive things in
mm.
that sense, and that's why Finnish people probably seem to be a bit grumpy in that sense, and they always try to find the negative.
And still, you're the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, but yeah, but those are due to the society structures, the social supports, and like you don't fall off. Like like people feel probably as we talked about the poverty,
Mm,
but then like like the government will provide you a house and all that stuff if you need social like money and everything if you fall off.
mm.
So I think it's more related to that.
Okay.
But Finnish people, they like to be in like to themselves a lot,
Mm.
uh, unless they start drinking and stuff like that.
We'll go to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, before I forget, because I have a present for you.
Ooh,
Because this is the first physical podcast, I think this is appropriate.
ooh, nice.
And this is very. I think it's very.
Hope it's not poisonous mushrooms.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Uh, this is how do I say it? I think it's very Finnish,
Can
but
I guess it? Or is it
it's
I can guess it.
Yes, you can guess it.
Is it even possible that I can guess it? Like it's in
Yeah.
the realm of my knowledge.
I think maybe.
Okay, I'll ask you two questions.
Sure.
If I can't answer in that, let's
Yeah.
figure it.
Go.
I can't figure it out. Is it very Finnish?
I think it is. I'm not sure.
Dumb question to ask.
Yeah.
I didn't understand shit. Is it something edible?
No.
Then I've lost it. If it's not edible, it is Finnish. Shoot it.
Woo! So that is called a kuksa.
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 Okay.
So I would assume every Finnish person knows what that is. So there's introductions how I think it's in English also. But it's
Sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna use this for every podcast
nice.
as my. Can we have coffee in this, or is it very?
It
Explain.
is.
Explain.
It is. Well, yeah. So the family friend version is that you drink coffee. So that's like something you carry when you go to the woods.
Oh.
So, or well, you can use it whenever, but like that's generally where people have it. So you have that hooked on a belt or something, and you basically you have first time when you use it, you have coffee or some like beverage, and it's gonna leak through. So you have to have like boiling water because it's wood. It's fully wood. But when you pour over a bit over time, it swallows, so it gets like it it
So
holds the
I have
liquid
to
in.
like season it first, like put boiling.
I can't remember if they have instructions, but you can find. I'll send you afterwards instructions how to use it. But basically, you pour in the coffee, and then you wait when it starts dripping through, and when it stops dripping, then it's kind of like ready.
Nice.
And the thing is that you should never clean it. That's the way of like the forest way in a way. So you it as it is.
You should never clean this.
Yeah.
What if I pour like I don't know, but in my head, but I can put boiling water.
Yeah.
And then that is like self-healing, but it also cleaning, right? It will expand a bit and then
No, it will expand once.
Only once?
And then you don't have to do it again.
Wow, I have to be very careful not to put something.
Oh, you can put coffee in it.
Yeah, coffee is fine.
Yeah.
But
what we usually do is we have this spirit called Jallu.
Jallu.
It's yellow vina. It's like noble booze, kind of like. And then you have different stars, and you have the cheap one, which is the 1 star, and that's what everyone uses. I was supposed to bring it, but it's going to be a problem going through airport.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
we couldn't have it in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
we have an office after this. But
yeah, we could, but yeah.
Yeah. Then we will be sending all mails to.
Yeah.
We'll get fired.
Easy day. But yeah, so you could also do the Jallu, so you drip it through Jallu. But my wife told me that that's a bad idea because the alcohol it's gonna break. Because mine broke because I did that way, so it's gonna crack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is super nice.
No worries. That's very traditional for Finnish people.
Okay. But you said I could guess it. Not in like million years I would have guessed this.
I don't know how.
Yeah, but my knowledge.
I know how well you prepped. So.
No, not for this one at least. But this is I like these gripping handles. It's very nice. Well, thanks for this, Thomas. But we were discussing about what's the most proud thing that you feel about Finland. And you talked about depression and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's well, there are like I guess what people say. We had the Nokia, we had the Formula One drivers. Finnish people have been always known for Formula One drivers being like the best, like generally like.
Raikkonen, yeah.
Räikkönen, Häkkinen, Rosberg, like all those, like there are like many of those.
Why so? Why you have good tracks in Finland? What's going on?
No, I think people drive these old shitty cars in Finland so much. It's like when you go to the countryside, there's the distances are so vast.
Yeah.
So everyone has a car. So then I think this is just my personal so.
I'm imagining Raikkonen.
Yeah,
in an old shitty car.
No, well, yeah, but that's the culture, I think, in a way that people when they get to the age of getting a driver's license,
Mm-hmm.
18,
Mm-hmm.
then like everyone gets a shitty car as the
Mm-hmm.
first car, and
That's
then they
everywhere.
break
Mm,
all the time and they tweak it.
mm,
And then there's the culture of driving,
mm.
and rally is one big thing also in Finland.
Okay.
So I think that rallies generally like bigger because it's more close to to the the shitty car driving experience than Formula Ones in that sense. But a lot of people are into the cars on
Mm,
the countrysides in
mm.
that sense, and I think it comes from there.
Nice. So, but you don't have tracks, or you have good tracks wherein you can still go and
Well,
because to reach to that level, you need to have Formula Two or F2, or there are many circuits, right? That
yeah,
needs to happen.
I don't know I'm not following that into the sports,
Okay.
but I would think that's probably one reason that
Mm,
people. And then when you have these old legends, or how people have done well
mm,
in rally and Formula One,
mm,
then the parents watch and then they bring the kids to the
mm.
driving, and it's just a thing.
Anything else you're proud of?
Oh man,
Because if you're not proud of something, what is something that you feel that people who visit or tourists who visit Finland have a misconception about Finland?
I don't think there's like misconceptions in that sense. People are like Finnish people and Japanese people are very much alike in many ways.
Japanese and Finnish?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like culture, of course, like Asian culture is so far off, but like Finnish people like to be quiet. So when you go to a bus, nobody talks to each other.
That's whole Scandinavia.
Well, okay, yeah, perhaps,
Yeah.
but Finnish people like to be on their own a lot.
Mm.
So I think that they're not angry to if somebody would be traveling to Finland.
Okay. They like to have their personal space. It's not something against
Yeah,
you, but
yeah.
it's let me be on my own.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a misconception in that sense, but I feel bad when tourists come to Finland or like Helsinki, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still like such a small city.
Mm-hmm.
When you even when you come from Copenhagen, it's so small,
Mm-hmm.
and the attractions are like limited compared to other countries. But the value is more like in the country, like outside of the cities. The million lakes and all the views and the like the forests and lakes and the snow and the Lapland and all that stuff that I think many people who visit
So
miss.
if you want to visit Finland, visit for the nature and not for some
Yeah.
monuments or
Yeah, just rent a cabin somewhere in the woods and and with a lake and
but
do the
you
sauna culture and that's kind of the relaxing part because you can see churches and castles like every country,
mm.
but that's something different, I would say.
But you talk a lot about Finnish being to themselves, they are very self-critique and
Yeah,
that's a lot of Scandinavia. But then Finland has something very unique that is sauna.
yeah.
Is there an origin story for it, or is it just because you had a lot of saunas when you grew up? Just go for it.
Well, I can't say for facts, but I think it comes from Russia. Because Russia has also or has a lot of saunas, or I think they call them
Bayas.
bayas, or
Okay.
something like. I'm not sure, but something like that.
Okay.
I'm
Please do your own research.
yeah. But I think it comes from that area,
Mm.
or like from the Russian side where Finnish people adopted it. But a lot of I think I can't remember the number how many saunas Finland has. It's every house. It's an exception that you don't have one. Either people use saunas as a storage space if they don't like sauna, but almost every house has a sauna. And if you build a house or you buy an apartment house, if you don't have a sauna, it's bad investments because nobody's like people won't buy
Ah,
if you don't have a sauna. So you have to kind of build it.
I love sauna. And
Yeah,
there is sauna culture in Denmark, but it's only tied to like swimming halls
mm,
or maybe next to a lake or something,
yeah.
but not in every house. Um, so there is something to this which I will read about. I should have done my research, but
Mm.
I didn't do it. And I like the sauna culture in Finland. Let
Have you only done an electric sauna?
No, no, no. I have done. Okay, are there different types of sauna? I don't know what I've done. I remember that we went into this massive room. There's many places to sit, and then you have a big rock pile,
Yeah, yeah,
and
okay.
someone just pours oil or whatever
Water.
water on it.
Yeah.
But there's also
Yeah.
like a smelly, like good smell,
Mm.
like a perfume thing that they pour on it, and then it's just. So I only know that. Is that the electric one? I've not done research about. Is that how the heat is generated there?
Yeah. So electric saunas are the usual what you have on like apartment buildings. It's the easy one.
Mm,
But then you have the wood heating saunas. So you have a fireplace and you stuff wood. Then you have the smoke saunas. That's the like super old like that. It's not that common.
mm,
So you have this like huge pile of rocks laying on the ground, like in this like sauna building, and then you you have the fire under the stack of rocks and the smoke comes. There's no pipe, exhaust pipe going outside, so all the
you're getting
smoke
cooked.
comes inside. Yeah, and then you keep the fire going for a long time, like 6 to 12 hours. And when you go to the sauna, then you open like the like so the smoke goes away, and then uh the rocks are so hot due to the long heating period.
Mm.
So when you throw the water in, it's very
Yeah, it's
different.
like,
And when you touch the walls, you get just like this ash and dirt on your it.
but
It's
it's good for your whole body.
yeah,
And then you have to go to a cold shower, I guess, and then you do it back and forth, and it just helps your immune system and
yeah.
helps
And
with.
in the winter, it's the best thing when you have snow. So you come from sauna, you run outside and you jump
Nice,
naked to the snow.
nice. I don't think there's any resemblance with the Japanese culture here.
No, not in that sense. No, that's true.
No, but maybe you have some point. Maybe the food. Do you have any resemblance? Like you.
It's some because Finland has kind of like two culture points is that we have the Russian and then we have the Swedish. Because Finland has a lot of Finnish Swedish like speaking people.
Mm,
So the West Coast it has more like Swedish tradition foods, like
mm,
more fish oriented.
mm,
And then the east part has more towards like Russian like meat and stews and stuff like that.
mm.
So those are like two different. So traditional food, there's like the West and the East Coast as very different.
Is the culture also very different? Like West Coast is more towards like Swedish culture, and East Coast is Russian culture.
Yeah, if you go to areas where the main language is Swedish, there are
Mm,
people who don't even speak Finnish there. So
mm,
so they only speak Swedish.
mm,
So it is a bit different.
mm,
And then the East where you have the people even speak very differently.
mm,
And you can hear like immediately from how they speak that which part of Finland they're from. And they are they are very different. I think they're very different also.
mm,
The people who live in East, they're
mm,
more casual and like jollyful.
mm. If if you had one food item that you want that which is Finnish that you want to spread across the world, or you see wherever you go, you want to see that food there. You're very proud of it. What is it?
I would have to go with the Karelian pies.
Karelian pies.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's very traditional Finnish
What's that?
food. So what it usually, I might get this wrong, like, but I think it is that
Most of the things here.
yeah, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
like I'm just talking from my ass. But when you make like rice porridge, you know, like in Christmas you have the rice porridge.
Mm,
Then you make extra or you have leftover.
mm,
So then the rice porridge is put into this like pie, kind of like it comes this small pie
mm,
kind of structure,
mm,
and you have the rice porridge in the middle, and then it's baked into like a small bread pie, and then on top of that you have butter and egg like mixed together with some of this, what is it called, like is it cottage cheese or something like that,
mm.
and then you put on top of that.
You get like a creamy texture, like the gooey texture, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's really good.
Okay. Never had it, but that's something I'll try when I visit
Yeah, definitely.
Finland. And you want to see that food across the world. Like you're very proud of it.
I think it's something that I wouldn't think that there aren't many people who wouldn't like it.
Mm.
It's a sweet bread like
Is it
kind of.
sweet?
Yeah, because well, we have the rice porridge.
Uh,
It's fairly sweet still.
OMG, for me at least. Like, it's a very difficult question if someone asks me, what's one Indian food that you want to see across the world? I can't pick because we have so many food
Yeah.
and it's like one food in the whole Europe that you want to pick and put it across.
But now you have tikka masala or something.
Yeah, but tikka masala it's not very representative of whole of India. It's representing India,
Mm.
but it's come from like north of India, like New
Yeah,
Delhi,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? But it's not something that now with globalization and with like people moving within the country, you will see tikka masala everywhere.
Yeah,
But when I was growing up, it was not very popular.
yeah.
Maybe it was more popular in UK than it was
Mm.
popular in India. But we have food like idli. I don't know if you have had that. That's a South
Heard.
Indian food, right? Idli, it is like a dumpling. It's like a
Mm.
dumpling which is made up of rice.
No.
I think dumplings are also made up of rice. I don't know, but
Yeah.
you have like a utensil for it. You put some steamed water in it, and then you
Mm.
start baking this batter, and then it becomes fluffy,
Yeah,
and you dip it in a chutney,
yeah,
and then you eat it. But it's not something that has stolen the identity that this is an Indian food across the world,
yeah,
uh, like tikka masala
yeah,
or
yeah,
butter
yeah.
chicken, for example.
Oh yeah, butter chicken. Yeah.
Um, no, but it's a very complex question to ask for an Indian. Pick one. We
It,
have billions of food that we would like to, and same with language. We have so many languages
mm,
that I guess it's also same in Finland. You have different dialects, I guess, rather than
yeah.
language. But Finnish language, why is it so complex in terms of like
I
it
don't.
doesn't resemble Russian in my head. It doesn't even resemble any Scandinavian language. It's like standing out on its own.
Yeah, I think it originates from Hungary or something.
Ooh,
That's what I've heard. I don't know the history of why it comes from there. But
okay,
the Estonians speak very similar.
okay.
Like Estonians can understand Finnish, to my knowledge, like pretty well.
Mm,
And if Estonian people talk, we understand like half of it,
okay.
I would
At
say.
least you have someone who can understand you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess, yeah.
uh, let's come to the crux of the story, the
Mm.
drinking culture.
Oh yeah.
Is it a big is it like Denmark is known for its drinking culture? There's a lot of
Is
alcohol.
it?
Yeah, there's a lot of alcohol involved in everything, right?
Yeah.
Celebrations, alcohol is involved. And like a casual walk on a Friday could have alcohol present, like a
Mhm.
beer.
Yeah.
Is it the same culture or is it even like stronger in Finland?
Yeah. Yeah. So Finland is alcohol is very connected also to many things.
Mm,
When you go to sauna, you have a sauna beer.
mm.
When you're hitting the sauna,
Sauna beer?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, or like yeah, usually it's beer, and then when you heat up the sauna, you have the sauna like heating up beer. It's tied to a lot of things.
Nice.
Yeah. And then a lot of people also like drink or used to drink spirits.
Mm,
So that was like the old people part of like the old generations used to drink a lot of like spirits. For example, when I went to my grandfather's place when I was young, so the first thing it was like the bottle was hit on the table, and then everyone like sat on the table, and it's like when you drink it down, then it's like in 2 minutes it's refilled, and it's like so you have
oh,
do you have a problem why you're not drinking? It's that has been the culture, and but I think that's changing now.
mm.
The youth doesn't they don't drink as much nowadays, but the old generations did.
Is that linked to cold weather? Is it linked
Mhm.
to war? Is it linked to
Yeah, I don't. My own speculation is that it has been a coping method to suppress the pain of war, the Second World War. Because Finnish people, they don't talk about emotions. At least the old generation, that was the thing. Like you don't talk about your emotions. At least if you're a man,
that's across the world, I guess.
probably. And so then people had the drinking as the painkiller to all the horrors. And I think that has fallen down through generations as a habit and a way of doing things is with the drinking.
Mm.
And that's why, at least I have this feeling that other countries see Finnish people as like heavy drinkers. It probably are.
I don't relate to Finland as heavy drinkers.
Mm,
And maybe because I've never been to Finland,
yeah.
and maybe I don't know that the culture good is. So you're saying that there were people in the older generation that had a lot of spirits.
Yeah, I think like alcoholism is, or used to be at least, a thing.
So in that case, you would have good brands of alcohol.
No, it doesn't correlate with that. It's more about the price.
So you're just a consumer.
Yeah, that's why we have the Jallo, like the 1 star, and then you have the 3 star, and that's why the 1 star is the famous one, because it's the cheaper cut.
So you don't care about there's no like elegance to it.
Well, I guess it's hard to say, but because, for example, Finland has like really famous spirits like Koskenkorva and all those like big brands that are globally known. So I guess they're good, but like for us, it's always been like this, like just like the cheap, like, or like the basic spirits.
Just want to forget reality.
Yeah, and it's okay. I'm not sure. Like a lot of the old generation, they make them the spirits again like themselves. Like, if I need to choose my words carefully here,
If
so
not,
I
you
don't.
won't reach Finland back.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But if it does,
Disappeared
yeah.
after this
So,
podcast.
for example, if some of my relatives gets married, it is custom that they do their own spirits that they brew. Like they I don't know what I think it's called, brew the spirits. So they have their own homemade, and it's like the tradition like thing to do it for weddings, and then go behind the house and like drinking it.
Everyone's drunk
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, but like that's the weird thing. Like I I don't drink myself. I do sometimes like have beers, but I have no compulsion drinking. I don't necessarily like enjoy it that
But
much.
it's you drink because of you want to get away from reality because you had such a dark past as a country, or is it
That's my
okay? But then there are now that you have got the title of being the happiest country in the world. You no longer have that dark face, right?
yeah.
Maybe that's one of the reasons young people are not drinking in Finland because they are quite happy and they don't need external stimulus.
But are they happy?
I don't know. How did you get the title then?
That's the so like the back like the social structures that we have, this support mechanisms for to, if you get unemployed, or like there's the safety net
Mm,
that I think
mm,
brings. But when you ask Finnish people, they always like they don't understand
mm,
either, like why is that?
mm,
But it's safe country. Like
mm,
Finland is fair, like really safe country in many ways.
mm. And so is Scandinavia.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know how much for how long with such a like you have open borders to external people or external factors, right? So there's a lot of people coming from different parts of the world into Scandinavia. So there's a lot of blend of culture and there's a lot of different angles that will be seen in the future or maybe current state that you can't just blindly say Scandinavia is a safe country right now.
Yeah, but I
It-
don't think Finland is that attractive country.
Exactly. I mean, you talk about getting drunk. That's one of the attraction points for some people.
You think?
I don't know. And you also say that you're the happiest country, you have good social benefits. And maybe there's people who are in a countries that are
Yeah.
war torn or
Yeah.
who are having a lot of issues and want to have a relaxed, peaceful, calm life. They
Yeah.
use that as a good incentive.
Well, I think the perspective changes when the first winter hits, and then like when the dark times in the north, it's even darker in Finland than it's in Denmark now.
Oh, this is like summer to you?
Yeah, we had snow already. You don't have it here, but that's a reality check for many people when they move in there. When you have of those winters when you get like a lot of snow, even in the south, it's tough. It's tough if you come from a warm country.
I can imagine. I've lived here and it doesn't snow a lot here, and
Yeah.
it is tough.
Yeah, you haven't
Like
seen
November, December, January, February. It's a tough phase. Like right now, we are in the tough phase wherein most of the people are sick, they're coughing, and if you have a kid, then you have to be at home, and then there's a lot of things that goes on in November, December, January that nobody talks about. It's not something like everyone thinks that Scandinavia is like, oh, that's so nice, and you are in Scandinavia. But these 3 months or 4 months are like really tough, especially for people who coming from Asia,
Mm.
where you have sunlight all the time, and there's a very good, very good natural. I can say it's naturally gifted. Uh,
Yeah, but for me, I love this time of year. I think that like summer is my one of the least favorite times of the year.
Come on.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
All the snow
well,
gets melted
I
and
guess the season is a bit over, but you have the hunting season and you have the mushrooms and all the berries and like there's food in the forest before the winter hits. It's filled with
so you
stuff
like
to do.
spring.
Yeah,
Spring, what do you call fall?
yeah. So like that's like one of my favorite times of
Mm,
years. And then like the colors of the leaves and everything changes and and it changes. And when you get snow, I just love the snow.
mm,
As long as it stays the snow, but if it's slushy and it's wet,
mm.
it's not of course it's not that fun. But when you get a good winter, it's so much fun like going down hills with the sledges, jumping to the snow from sauna and and a lot of things.
No.
And then summer is like,
Mm.
well, for me personally, just like it's just so hot that like I don't
What is hot? What is your temperature that you say it's hot?
like 20 plus.
Ah, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are some listeners who are Indians.
Yeah.
I think they'll hurl some abuse on you.
Yeah, I remember when we went to Japan, Okinawa, and the airplane doors open and it was 35, really moist air, and I thought if I'd die. It was so bad. It took me like 2 days to get like used to that, but I don't like I like the cold
Yeah.
more than the warm.
Now that we are almost reaching time, do we need to touch upon any controversial topic and get this podcast closed?
Um,
Not closed in the sense like banned permanently, but closed in the sense wrap it up.
all right. Mm,
Maybe 5 minutes of controversial stuff. And then again, no hard feelings. It's just two people who have not done any research talking on the camera. Zero research. We are not experts.
Well, now when we're in Denmark, I've been following up with the Bovaer thing. Did you look
Mm.
into that?
I've read, I mean, I did read a bit about it, and it is surprising to me that Bovaer is like a chemical that is manufactured in some parts of Switzerland
Yeah,
and is funded by people from US.
yeah.
And when I dug about, like when I tried to understand, like, is this Bovaer introduced just because people want to gain money out of it, or is it
Well,
something that actually helps climate? I don't know.
I don't
Because
like.
just a background, bovine is like a chemical that is fed to the cows
Yeah.
so that they fart less methane, and
Oh, the
then
burp. I think it's for the
oh,
burp.
burp,
Yeah,
not for the fart.
I think it's more burping.
Okay, so
Yeah,
either some form of gas coming out
yeah,
of their body, and that in turn becomes methane and becomes toxic to
yeah,
the environment. So the plan was to feed them bovine and reduce that toxicity, but that has in turn started having impact on the cows, and there's a lot of farmers complaining that their
yeah.
cows have stopped reproducing, and their cows have what do you call stop become infertile, I guess, on some or is yeah.
Yes, yeah. So like, I think the production of milk has dropped 10 to 20%
Mm,
in Denmark.
mm,
And then a lot of cows die. A lot. I don't know. It's like percentage wise, I don't know what the numbers are.
mm.
But Norway, I think, just stopped.
Stop using it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the whatever the findings are.
Mm,
And when there's this one Finnish person uh, who, by legal rights, collected the research papers that should be open to public. And what he got out of it is like 70% is redacted. So it's blacked out. And that's the public version. So if based on those 70% something like that redacted papers are the ones claiming to be safe, I don't know. I'm just worried.
let us have that milk, dude. Let us
Uh,
drink milk in peace.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's this compound in Bovaer, like the tree nitro something,
Mm.
and you can only like
Tree night.
process that with a hazmat suit, and that's then put like in a
Process that really?
yeah, like when they're working with that, it's so toxic that they have to use hazmat suits and on gloves and everything, and then they're putting that, of course, like in a very small amount, but that's the working component in the Bovaer. So then when they're saying it's safe, when cows are like getting ill, they're producing less milk, and then well, you have a child, and when the mother is breastfeeding the child, the doctors are saying that there's a lot of restrictions that you cannot eat because when the child is under 1 years old, it's gonna go through the milk to the child.
Yeah.
And their claim is that none of that is coming from the cows to the milk, and like that's a bit sus. And what in this compound, what they said is that there are some research claiming that it affects the reproduction. So we made the decision not to use any milk. At least, well, for me, I have 3 kids, so I don't mind losing the capability of making more kids.
This is Finnish
But
humor. Don't take it seriously. Yeah.
but I won't feed it to my kids.
No, but I'm yet to research like what would they explicitly mention in the packaging that we have not used this component and this milk is free of it.
There was no. They have to ask the dairy or like the producers.
So even if you have organic for
Oh yeah, organic they can't. If it's organic, they can't give it to the cows.
But I've also read that there is this is now we spoke about dairy. There's also a pigment of color that is given to hen so that the yolk becomes more yellow. So I don't know if that is something, and it's not in the packaging because it's given as a fodder to hen.
Yeah.
They eat it, and it's just that it absorbs more light, and which makes the yolk of the hen yellow or
Yeah.
dark orange.
Yeah.
And then you are like, wow, this is a very good yolk because it has a lot of amino acids, and let me eat this. But it is not necessarily true because there is something in the fodder that makes it absorb a lot of light.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah, there's also companies in Switzerland that produces this. I don't know. There is no claims that it is toxic, but it is just that it is super scary and sketchy.
It's probably the same researchers who made
I would rather
COVID.
pay. I would rather pay for transparency, saying this yolk is shit because this hen is being fed crappy food. Okay, then I have a conscious decision to make. Let me go with the shitty one, or let me go with an expensive one, which is free of all those things. I want, and it has a yellow yolk. Then I have that transparency when buying it. But right now, I'm a bit scared, but I still do eat a lot of shit.
We live in the countryside, and we buy eggs from a local farm.
Perfect.
And the eggs it's so different. They're naturally more expensive, but when we go pick up like eggs, our kids can go pick up the hens. They're there. It's like, and then they're fed. Well, that's a topic of its own. But the point is that when you crack the eggs, when you buy it from the shop and you hit the egg on, it just breaks immediately. When I buy these eggs, I have to hit it like really hard because the shell is so much more thick, and the yolk is really like orange-ish, as it hasn't been fed anything else than bugs and like.
Hopefully, you never know.
Yeah, but that's something like I think like Danish people should really.
Yeah, I
look into and understand what they're eating.
I have a high trust on Danish government and on Danish people, so I hope that they do something good for this. They always do something good for the society, is what I believe. That's one of the incentives for me to be staying here for a long term, because I trust the government are doing good for the society. And when you feel that it's not like in US, then you have to be a bit more skeptic about living there.
But green policies often go over people's benefits.
True. With that note, I think that's our controversy section. We have spoke a bit about it, maybe 10 minutes of controversy. Not done enough research to claim that we are experts. So do your own research. And this is just a fun element in this podcast. And I'm doing it for the first time. This was fun. And this is super fun. I hope I can get more of these. Not more of this exactly, but more of these things that I can collect as a podcast souvenir. but I'm planning to use this. I have to prep this and get it ready. What is it called again?
Kuksa.
Kuksa. Okay. Let me, then I'll put something as a history thingy about Kuksa here in
Yeah.
the description. But
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And thank you, Tommy. It was such a nice talk. And hopefully we can do this more
Sure.
times, like more go hardcore in controversy without doing any research.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the fun element of it. But thanks, everyone. And thank you. Have a good day. Bye.